Beautiful viewers, many thanks for joining us on the Engendered show. And today's episode promises to be an insightful one as usual. I am Confidence Reuben.
Well, apologies for coming in later. Welcome to another episode of Engendered on Kaftan Television, reaching you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Messi Emelite.
All right, so we've been joined by our amiable guest, but before I introduce him properly, let's have an insight on what we're about to discuss for today. First and foremost, the topic is breaking barriers, redefining beauty standards and challenging gender norms. Now, beauty standards are societal norms dictating the ideal physical appearance. These standards have evolved over time with modern society, emphasizing traits like straightened hair, bright skin, a tall, slim body, and a pointed nose as ideal, etc., etc. Now, toxic beauty standards can also lead to obsession and dissatisfaction. Beauty standards reflect cultural perceptions of attractiveness and can impact individuals' self-esteem and well-being. Now, today we intend to look at how individuals in the beauty industry are breaking stereotypes, barriers, obstacles, and also reshaping perceptions of beauty and gender roles. Now let's welcome our guest. His name is Joshua Anike. He is the CEO of J Beauty and also known as a beauty esthetician. Hope I did not murder your tribal name.
No, not at all.
I got it right.
Anike, you got it right. Us. Thank you very much.
Good to have you.
I'm glad.
So, you've been in the beauty industry for almost a year now, right?
Exactly.
All right. So, as a man, you know, so many people like you see it as something surprising to see men in the beauty industry. They say the beauty industry should be mainly seen, you know, women, as in women should dominate the beauty industry. But then when they see men in the beauty industry, they kind of, you know, see it as a surprise. Now the question is, being in this beauty industry, has it been in any form challenging? Like, what are the challenges, the obstacles you've encountered so far?
Okay, so it's a pleasure having me here. I'm glad. So, like you said earlier, as men, when many people see us on this industry, they keep wondering, what are you guys doing here? Exactly. Is this not meant to be for the ladies?
Yeah.
But then, it gives room to get diverse ideas.
Okay.
Having men in the industry gives you a chance to have everybody represent themselves and show how well they can do. Now, to talk about the challenges, like you mentioned, the major challenges we face in the beauty industry is about the competition.
Okay.
Aside the finance is always a challenge in every business, and we know, but the major challenges are the competition. Okay. Now we have competitions from the ladies, the female, who owns this brand. They own the industry themselves. They dominate it a whole lot. Yeah. So now, as a guy in this, you see yourself going through a whole lot. You have to do more, add more effort to be as good or even better than them. And funny enough, a whole lot of guys out there in the beauty industry do better than most ladies.
Really? Why do you say so?
Funny enough, despite the challenges, a whole lot of guys out there, despite the challenges and competition, a whole lot of guys out there do better than some ladies in the beauty industry. I'm talking about the skill here and not wearing the beauty. I'm talking about the skill. Now, 5 out of 10 guys who are skilled in beauty industry would do a job better. And trust me, ladies even like it most when they have their esthetician being a guy. Yeah, ladies like it a lot when they have maybe their makeup artist being a guy, because they feel, it's fact actually that guys do well when they're in this industry. I think you should make your research on that, and you'll get to see, because I feel you're surprised.
Actually, I am. Because, over times, I've always known them. Those days, I used to have a male stylist when I was, you know, keeping dreads and all that. But coming down to the makeup part, makeup artist part, I haven't really seen a man, to be sincere.
Is it that the male, your gender, is it that they are more experienced, they are more skillful in this?
No.
Makes them more better than the
no, they're no more experienced, but I feel when a guy makes up his mind to go into the beauty industry, to do a skill in the beauty industry, they keep in their best. And when they give in their best, they turn out to be so good that most ladies prefer to have their faces being painted by a guy. Most ladies prefer to have their lashes, their brows, their body piercings, and all that being done by a guy. Do you understand? So it's not really about them being so experienced or being better, but it's just that when they come into this industry, they learn it and do it very well. And of course, you wouldn't have a guy who does these things well and choose to go for a girl who's not so good. I'm not talking down on the ladies on the industry, but I'm just trying to let you know about the how well the guys do in the business. Yeah, so majorly the challenges has always been about competing with the girls. You know, normally the whole competition about the beauty industry, girls have it naturally and all that. So the challenges have always been about finding yourself to compete with people who are built this way, like they are wired to always want to do things so much and all that. So, but then whenever we find ourselves in that situation and we try our best turns up to be so good.
Okay. Yeah, so in your area of expertise, that's you specialize on semi-permanent brows, lashes extension and body piercings.
Exactly.
Have you been criticized by your gender for taking up these skills?
Actually, in a couple of times, some friends would probably say so to crack jokes and all, but then well after the money. You understand? As far as you're doing something.
Let me add to it. Do you really, in our society, there are expectations that comes with being a man. You understand? Now I'm trying to kind of wonder. I know some persons will come and we see now this one you want to use build family. I know that. How do you attend to those challenges?
So now when it comes to this aspect, it's a different thing entirely because as a guy in the beauty industry, I don't hope or wish to keep working on the lady's face all my life.
Okay.
I always have a long-term plan.
But does it mean it's not something you enjoy doing? But you shows it.
Sure. It's something I enjoy doing, but then I wouldn't work on people's face all my life. I would definitely work on creating a brand for myself where I get to employ people to work for me, both genders. So now when I have a brand, a good brand, standing well for a good job that I've been doing and all that, and I have people working for me, and I own that, I can gain my income and all that to live whatever kind of life I wish to live. And that's totally different from me working on people's face to get money all my life. Do you understand?
Okay.
So now, for myself, I have a long-term goal, which I'm working on, of which with time, I have a duration. I have a specific period of time I know I would stop attending to clients, and probably by then I should have my own brand where I have people who will work for me, and I'll just be there to oversee and probably be available for critical situations or special clients.
Now, at the moment while you're still doing this, has it in any way brought some sort of misunderstanding between you and your partner? In a key situation whereby your partner comes in and see you doing all those things the women and this feeling. Have you exactly?
I get that. I get that. Actually, you know very well your gender and jealousy. You know how it plays. Right. So when it comes to stuff like that, there's every possibility, every tendency that there could be room or situations whereby your partner would not be so comfortable with how you're touching ladies and all that. But when you have someone who is understandable, who knows that this is where the source of income is coming from, this is what we do to get money. We're here for business and not pleasure, and then you're good to go.
Yeah, it boils down to just you having an understanding partner.
Of course, of course.
All right. How can you use your skill as a tool for self-expression and empowerment, breaking free from societal expectations?
Okay. Now, in this case, talking about how to use your skill to empower the society.
Your skill in particular.
My skill in particular. So now, first of all, in the aesthetic as a whole, we specialize on enhancing beauty. We specialize on making whoever comes to us look better than how you walked in.
What exactly do you do? Can you give us the list of all the things you do?
Yeah, we do microblading brows.
Okay.
This is a kind of brow that lasts for a duration of 1 year, 6 months, maximum of 2 years before you have to redo it again. Okay. It's like kind of a tattoo, but it's not a permanent tattoo. So we do lashes extension, where you have the ladies that have this cat eye. It's actually artificial and it falls off over a month. Not the strap lashes, the lashes extension that goes in one, and it looks so natural.
Okay.
And then we also do piercings, body piercings, the ear, nose, and every other kind of piercings. These are all things we do to enhance beauty and at least give you ladies that kind of look you all want to have. So now when it comes to this now, the act of doing this alone, helping a lady to look better and all that, it's quite empowering enough. And trust me, in this industry, we're going hard. You know, ladies don't want to stop looking beautiful.
Exactly. Every woman will always want to stay beautiful.
Every woman wants to stay beautiful and look better. You can see how flashy you girls are looking.
Only ladies patronize your
brand. Actually, because of what I do, it's majorly for the ladies. Then for the body piercing, we have guys who pierce their ears. We have guys who pierce their eyebrow. We still have guys who feel they want to pierce their nostril and all that. So we have both genders on them, but it's heavy on the female parts in the business. We have more of the ladies because, of course, a guy wouldn't want to be making his brows look flashy. A guy wouldn't want to have his eyelashes looking attractive. Or you understand? So we were heavy on the ladies, but then we still have guys who patronize us too in the business.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Do you think this modern or conventional beauty standards or norms is in any way challenging our traditional form of beauty? That's the natural beauty.
About this, of course, you know, this is an enhanced level of beauty. This is totally different from the normal or tangerine, we call it in our side, because back then, what we do then was just, you barely had powder then. It was only, you have these black things that rub on the lips. Yeah, exactly. And then the black lipstick and all. Yeah. But now, getting you over to this level where we make people look totally different from what they look like. I'm sure you must have seen so many pictures or videos of events where you see a before and after video or picture of a person from what the person looks like before and all. So I feel to an extent it could be challenging, but then if you're beautiful already naturally, I feel no matter what you wear on and all that, you're still gonna look beautiful. And then there's something I want us to understand. The inner beauty is totally different from the physical beauty.
Definitely.
You understand me? So when we talk about the inner beauty, we're talking about your confidence, charisma, your self-esteem, and all that. And then we're talking about the physical beauty. That's when we now talk about the makeups, the artificial applications, semi-permanent brows, and all that.
The materials you used in, enhancing this beauty, do they have any side effects on the skin?
Of course, we were careful about this. This question is very important. Thank you very much for this question. Of course, every good esthetician is always careful about the product, material, and process of enhancing one's beauty, because we all know that the skin is very special, especially to ladies. Even if you're having a session where you're carving a brow and then you mistakenly tear a lady's skin, the facial expression alone will let you know she doesn't feel good with that. You understand? So this goes down to tell you how careful we are about the product, the process, and the materials we use. We make sure we check expiry dates. We make sure we use good products. The product we use on someone who is light skinned can never be the same as the one we use on someone who is chocolate or dark skinned. So when you're careful about all this as an esthetician, trust me, you wouldn't have issues of having problems from the process or the product you use. So in a nutshell, we're very careful about the product we use, the materials we use, so as to not get our clients have burning skin, excuse me, so as to not get our clients have burning skin or reactions as a result of jobs done on them. So we're very careful about that. But then in some cases, we tend to ask our clients, do you have a reaction? Do you react to these products? Do you react to this product before we use them? on them to be on the safe side.
Client is not conversant with that particular product. How will she know that
he is going to react on her?
Okay,
yes. Like a first timer.
Yeah, like a first timer, like you said. But then, amongst the products we use, there are these ones we know that there is every possibility you could have reaction on them.
Okay.
You understand me? There are products we know that this one goes with everybody, this one goes with every skin. From experience and what we've felt and the feedback we get from clients, we know what products have given us reason to ask questions and what products are cool. So in that situation, if the client is a new client or is giving a try on that beauty part for the first time, like people that come for lashes extension for the first time, they'll tell you, I've not done this before. This is actually my first time. I'll just advise you, okay, if you haven't done this before, do you have eye problem before now? Okay. If you're not an eye problem patient before now and all that, I'll advise you to fix something natural. Something not so busy, so you don't get irritated along the line and start to pull it all off. So when you have something natural and see how it feels like going on the lashes extension and how it feels like to look under, then you would know when next you come, if to step up or to still maintain on that level of the extension.
So over time, since you've been in this industry, how do you think, or how would you describe what you have done in helping some females to, regain their self-esteem?
Yeah, I like what you call it, self-esteem. So first of all, I'm happy I'm doing something I like doing, and of course, when you're doing something you like doing, it gives you joy. So now I feel good to know that when you walk into my studio to get some aesthetic treatment and all that, you live a better way. I feel good to know that when I work on you, I feel good when I get good feedbacks from my clients, telling me they like the way they look, they like how this product or this extension looks on them. They're getting good compliments. I feel good when they get referrals to me as a result of how they look. So in general, it feels so good to know that your clients are happy about what you do for them and how they look after coming into your studio and going and building that good relationship with your clients and all that would also help you have a good clientele in the business.
Okay, let's talk about the gender norms, that's the gender challenges in this industry.
Okay.
Now, these challenges need to be, addressed, so that your gender can be fully included or involved in this beauty industry. Do you think that this can be achievable in Nigeria, here where gender segregation has become the order of the day, especially in the beauty industry?
Yeah, I think it can be achievable. It can be 100% achievable. Of course, the main thing is to know this. As a male, do you find it fun in the beauty industry? Do you find it fun beautifying a lady?
Okay.
Do you find it fun? Is it something you like doing? Is it something you learn to like doing? Now, do you have good customership relationship? Because sometimes some ladies could act up and all that.
Yeah.
You could render a service and they feel this is not what they wanted, maybe because it didn't turn up to look like what they expected. So they feel this is not what they asked you to do and all that. How do you handle such situations? So I feel for we in the industry, once you have the passion for this, trust me, it's not going to be a big deal. It's not going to be something to worry about. Once you have the passion for it, you see yourself stepping up and doing good always. So as a male who wants to go into the beauty industry, you need to find out if you like this business. Do you find fun doing it? If you find fun doing it, you will definitely blend in whatever angle it is you go into, and you learn the skill very well, and you're good at it. You will definitely blend without having much stress. So to me, I feel it's really not a big problem having to level up with the female in the beauty industry. We already know that the beauty industry is for the ladies. It's their thing. You understand? So if we're coming in to give in our quota, to give in our best, to represent ourselves. in this and show how good we can be in it as well. And most of the times, like I said earlier, the guys do well.
So you're in essence, you're trying to say that your brand grooms both male and female in the beauty industry. That's your own particular brand, or do you specialize on just grooming men in the to get along in the beauty industry?
No. Personally, I've groomed both male and female in the industry. You understand? We've trained male, we've trained female, and when we have male around us, we let them know all they need to know about this industry. When we have the females, no doubt the females catch it faster because of probably this is their thing and all that. But when you have a smart guy who wants to learn, he learns well. I've had a couple of guys I trained and they're all doing well. You understand? So I am into training both the male and the female, not just the male. You understand? I know we're encouraging having more men in it, but then it's better to have men who are interested in learning it, because when you have people who are interested in learning it, they will do it with passion and they will do it well.
Okay. Talking about encouraging men to, to be involved in the beauty industry, should we advocate for you people?
You get?
Should there be an advocacy for male inclusion in the beauty industry?
Because looking at it, white-collar job is not for everybody. And there are a lot of graduates out there roaming around the streets. Some persons don't have what to do. So should we?
All right, viewers, let's quickly go on the break. And when we come back, the Engendered show will continue. Just stay with us.
My name is Sheilo BCFR, the Black Comedian of the Federal Republic. I tell you, when it comes to the best of entertainment, the best of news, the best of information, something that is educative, you're right here at the best place to see that. It's Captain TV. You know what? Increase the volume. Keep watching. Don't touch the dial, okay?
It's your girl Nkechi Blessing Sunday. I want you all to keep watching Captain TV.
Please keep watching Captain TV. It is the best TV station in the country. They're doing an amazing job. Please do not touch the dial. Keep watching. Thank you.
In a world where information is vital to every individual, a platform where technology
Welcome back, and like you already know, this is still the Engendered Constant Television, and we are reaching you live on from the nation's capital, Abuja. We're still talking about beauty and how the men in the beauty industry are able or is able to navigate between the competition among them and the females, who are the actual owners on the industry. Now, let me still come back to a question I was going to ask before we went on the short break. In your brand, do you do the tattoo part? Do you tattoo people's body?
Okay, yeah, like I mentioned earlier, in the aesthetic, the tattoo is never left behind.
It's never left behind.
Yeah, but then my brand right now haven't started our tattoo session yet. We're just focused on the eyebrow, lashes extension, and the body piercing, but we're going through some upgrade training so we can start giving room on taking orders for tattoo. Okay,
now I think over time, there are on few occasions I've come across medical reports giving that there are some disadvantage of tattoo. Does it have any disadvantage? Drawing those things on your skin, is it medically advised?
For the tattoo, except I feel when it comes to that, I think it depends on how the only disadvantage I know about the tattoo here for now is that it has an impression it passes. When you see someone who has, apart from the impression, I don't know about that, so I think those in the medical industry will be able to tell us better. But I think I know a few stories about one having a tattoo can't donate blood and stuff like that. So I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure about that. Yeah, of course, these are skin treatments that if you don't use the right product, you could have some serious infection, skin infection that could lead to stuff like cancer, like you mentioned, and all that.
So is there a way it can be avoided? Is it avoidable?
Of course, it's very, very avoidable. Like I mentioned earlier, when you're using good products on your clients, when you have a client and you examine the client's skin to know what product to use on the client, and then you make the right choices, have a conversation with your client to know if they're having any underground or before sickness or skin disease and stuff like that, you would be able to know how to navigate through that.
All right, let's talk about beauty obsession. Most young ladies, girls, women are so obsessed with their beauty. They can't do away without, applying this and that on their faces from morning, afternoon, night. Now, are there ways to overcome this beauty obsession? Because to an extent, it is wrong. What are the ways to, overcome this beauty obsession?
My opinion on these are this. The best ways I feel you can overcome beauty obsessions are being contented with how you are, number one. Not looking at the artificial beauties, because as long as I'm concerned, these are artificial beauties.
So now, if they don't look at the artificial beauties, how would people like you who are the beauty industry survive?
Yeah, you get, that's another point though. But then I'm trying to give a cut down on the obsession. Yeah. There's nothing wrong in animal beauty or looking better, but then when it becomes an obsession, is a problem. So if you start to, as a lady, if you start to look at your inner beauty, your self-confidence, your self-esteem, your character, your behavior, start to think about your inner qualities, trust me, you wouldn't have an obsession over an artificial beauty. So I think the way to cope this is to encourage ladies to look more at their inner beauty, self-esteem, their confidence, how they behave, and they shouldn't think about how people see them and all that. You should look more at their inner qualities, and trust me, your obsession for so much artificial beauty will be tendered down to an extent.
Is it wrong to following this trendy beauty standards? There are beauty standards that are trending these days, and some ladies don't want to just, whatever that is trending, they want to go for it. Whether it's good for them or not, they want to go for it. Is it wrong?
If it's wrong to keep following the trendy standards?
Yes, beauty standards.
Yeah, I always say when it comes to beauty, you can never overdo. You just need to know where it's okay for you and when to stop. Because as long as beauty is concerned, a whole lot of finance goes down there.
Exactly.
People that do skincare will tell you more. To get a skincare product costs a whole lot, depending on the quality or the kind of skincare product you're using. So if you feel you want to keep following the trend, the beauty standard, and you have the finance to keep getting, I keep lamenting and mentioning about using good products because it's important. If you have the finance to keep getting good products and following the trend, it's all good for you. Yeah, because whoever is following beauty standards or beauty trend should be ready to foot the bills that comes along with it, because you can't pluck beauty from the trees, of course. So that's it.
Okay, now, and looking at the society where we live in, how would you define, because you've talked about inner beauty over time, how would you define self-beauty from physical beauty?
Okay, now I would say the self-beauty has to do with your qualities. Personally, I would say self-beauty has to do with your qualities as a lady, your confidence, your charisma, your qualities as a lady. I think I would categorize all these as self-beauty. And then when we talk about this physical beauty, that's what we get to talk about the way you appear, the way you look, and all that. So if we can put more attention or more expression on our self-beauty, and then a little more physical beauty, then
So in
Keep
essence, you're
last.
saying that beauty is incomplete without physical beauty.
No, I'm not.
Like that.
No, I'm not actually saying
No,
so.
but it's actually correct because every woman needs to look good. That's why you are a woman.
It's
You are a
important.
woman, and in most cases, that's why you see barbing of hair is meant for men, and you as a woman wearing wig, braiding your hair is meant for you as a woman. So
Exactly.
I disagree with that.
Eh,
There are some women that, you know, when they cut their hair, for crying out loud,
No,
you fall in love with
exactly.
that style. It
very
depends
true.
on the
Very
the
true.
cut.
Very true.
It depends on
This
the
is
hair
a
cut.
different thing. Very true.
Generally, it is.
Okay.
It is. We are meant to understand that making of hair is for ladies,
Yeah.
even right from the days of old. You know,
That's
those
the,
days our grandmother
societal
used to make
notion.
all those their hoop of off and the rest of it.
Yes,
So
you're right.
it's actually been that. So
You're
I'm
right.
thinking what he's saying is the self beauty isn't complete without, you know, a touch of your
Yeah,
physical
and
beauty.
to top up on that, trust me, no one will know about your self beauty without having a conversation with you or spending time with you.
Yes.
But once a person looks at you, he gets to see your physical beauty.
Exactly.
So I think your physical beauty needs to walk in line.
Compliments, yeah,
Needs to walk in
yourself.
line with your self beauty. It's very necessary.
All right. In your area of expertise now, if an individual want to, like, you know, acquire these skills, is there a kind of age limitation to it?
Yes. There's an age limitation to it.
Okay, which is
Personally, I target 18
okay.
because most of these skills are skills that when you want to do them, you spend some money to do them.
Yeah.
So when we have people who are underage, we begin to wonder if someone is not sponsoring you or getting or booking a session for you, begin to wonder how you get the funds to get this class of it and all that. You understand? So I feel anyone who is 18 and above should be good enough to acquire any of these beauties. It's just like having a tattoo.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like having a tattoo. I feel it's not ideal giving a younger and you understand a younger age a tattoo. I feel it's not ideal. Some other persons might be cool with it, but my personal opinion, I feel at least you should be old enough to know why you're having a tattoo, what you want to have a tattoo for, what your tattoo means, or what your tattoo stands for.
Are there reasons why
all
one should have a tattoo?
Of course, I feel, except those who likes tattoo or who have tattoo because
So what are the
they just
reasons?
want
Like
to
if there are reasons apart from wanting to look like the other person, or just, you know, feel among or trend, are there reasons why one should have
I'm not
a tattoo?
specifically saying there's a reason why one should have a
Tattoo,
tattoo,
rather.
but I know a couple of persons who have tattoos for a reason.
Okay.
A tattoo could stand as a remembrance.
Oh, okay.
A tattoo could stand as an event.
An event.
Yes, I know someone who had a tattoo of an event that happened, a personal stuff that happened, and then she has a tattoo. The meaning of that tattoo refers
Okay.
to what
the
event.
Okay.
You understand? So if someone is not matured enough to know these things, then you see them draw anything, anytime, anyhow. So I feel this aesthetics, especially for the tattoo, should be for people that are old enough, at least above the age of 18. So at least if they're having this on, they should tag along what it is, and they should also be able to know every tattoo has a meaning. Every sign and all that has a meaning.
So
they should be able
does
to know.
piercing also should have a reason for you to pierce?
Actually,
should there be a reason?
Actually, most ladies like having a couple of piercings. You understand? And then they just have this fun. They like looking that way. You understand? So piercings actually don't have a reason to have them. You understand? Except the in-depth ones and all, which.
So far, have there been instance of a fellow male like you bringing his partner or her woman to, you know, help me pierce her here, help me tattoo her here? Has there been instances like that?
Yeah, a couple of them, almost all. A couple of them have done a belly piercing, a navel piercing rather,
brought by their men.
Brought by their men. Done a couple of triangles and nostril piercing brought by their men and all that.
Oh, wow.
So you tend to see that the guys likes this piercing and is comfortable with having his partner having the piercing on and all that. So there have been so many situations where we have partners bring their partner for a piercing. Yeah, I've had many of that situation.
All right, as an entrepreneur in this expertise, I want you to advise the upcoming entrepreneurs in this your field. Just give them a word of advice.
Okay, as an entrepreneur in this, I think the best advice I would give anyone who is looking up to acquire the skill, or anyone who has a skill already and is struggling in it, is to work harder, put in more effort, be competitive, chase the competition. Trust me, there's a whole lot of competition in this. Chase the competition, do your best, be creative, get some styles, don't work on the old normal pattern, go diverse, dig deep, make research, make something different, be unique. Yeah, I'll use that, be unique. And by that, you would definitely get to where you're heading to. And also, I'll also advise not to give up, because there are times when you feel like, especially as an upcoming, when you feel like you're not doing it so well. There are times when you feel like you're not getting it right. You also need to know that constant practice, steady practice, gets you to the perfection you're looking for.
Rome wasn't built in a day.
Of course. So when you're serious and when you're giving more effort in that, you'll see yourself making improvements, and gradually you would get to where you're going to.
Okay, apart from those who are both male and female who are into the beauty industry, there are when I said when we earlier started that men, like a lot of men feel they feel intimidated, doing this, of everything a man should own a business and all that. How would you encourage men who are not courageous enough to venture into it because of what the society or the norms of the society, or what from the perspective of the society? How would you advise male particularly?
This question draws down to when I first started this business. At the point I was feeling shy. At the point I feel, how would I get to be competing with girls? There are many ladies in this line of business, so it got me to that level where I felt, how do I get to compete with these people? Now these people get this industry. It's going to be difficult. And I was having this low self-esteem about it. But then when I get to talk to my mentor who trained me, and then I get to talk to my friends in the industry, and I realize that you need to bring yourself out there. You need to show yourself. You need to do the best you can. And then when you get things right, and you see the money involved, you see the level of finance you're making out of it, trust me, you would sit up on your own. Yes. So when you're having this low self-esteem, I think it's always a problem, because it hinders you from going as far as you want. Sometimes you have a potential client you're supposed to walk up to and talk about how what she has on looks like and how you can make it feel better. And then you find it difficult to do that because you're being shy or you're having a low self-esteem. It's a very serious problem. So in cases like that, I think all you need to do is to brush up yourself, talk to someone in the same business with you. If you can go as far as having a partner who you work with, and then someone who is more experienced than you, then that's a good idea.
So the most important thing is you having a good mentor, someone you can talk to.
Exactly. Yeah, having a good mentor and being bold enough.
So do your brand by any means have the intention of advocating for men? Because to me, there are a lot of people out there, and like we all know, white collar job is not for everybody. And now looking at the rate of unemployment in Nigerians, a lot of young guys are venturing into things that are abnormal. Some go as far as stealing, some go as far as robbery, instead of venturing into something like this. So does your brand have any intention of using this particular entrepreneurship or your skill to advocate and encouragement to fix themselves somewhere, instead of going about sitting back at home doing all sorts of abnormality?
Of course, like I said earlier, in this beauty industry, it's more advisable to bring in people who have passion for this, because it's not just about trying to get people off the street from not doing anything. It's about getting the right persons. If I was not passionate about this business, trust me, I wouldn't be on it till now. Yes, I wouldn't look at, from the beginning, I wouldn't look at the long-term benefit. You understand? So I think it should be more about getting the right persons, which sometimes we give room for offers, promotions, training at lower price range, so that people can, at least, if you had the interest and you don't have enough money, at least when it's being slashed, you can try to grab the opportunity. But when it comes to making a general advocacy, I feel we should look more into getting people who have passion for it.
All right, Joshua, many thanks for joining us. It's really good to have you join us on the show today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, viewers, this is where we draw the curtain. Now, in a nutshell, your self-beauty complements your physical beauty. And for the men in the beauty industry who are kind of feeling shy, there is no money any other place. So focus, just be bold and have a good mentor that you know that will pull you up and also help you maintain your self-esteem. Many thanks for joining us on the Engendered show today. I hope you had a swell time. Till we come your way again, I am Confidence Reuben.
And of course, to my fellow joiner out there, trust me, your inner beauty must be complemented with your physical beauty. So queens, go out there, you know, get yourself to look good. Let it be an addition to your inner beauty. Don't just believe in inner beauty. And this is me encouraging the younger guys out there, instead of sitting at home doing nothing, there is no work, there is no work. Yes, there is no work. The rate of unemployment is high. I think this is something you can actually fix yourself in to do, at least to earn a living and be able to put food on your table, instead of getting yourself involved in one crime or the other. And this is where we draw the curtain on today's episode. Until we come your way next time, I am Messi Emelite. Keep watching Kaftan Television. Bye.